Welcome to Cayra. Your bank already has the answers. Cayra turns them into executive intelligence in seconds. What you're looking at is a fast-growing Kenyan retail bank's analytics environment, a realistic example of the data complexity modern banks face across the world. In modern banking, the problem is rarely lack of data. The problem is that the data lives in different places. Customers, transactions, loans, fraud alerts, mobile money, agent operations, KYC, profitability, risk. Cayra connects that context once, securely, read-only, and without changing the bank's data. It turns technical data into leadership language, exposure, churn risk, customer value, growth, operational pressure, and strategic priority. After that, leaders do not need to think in tables. They can ask in the language of the business. Maya is preparing for a leadership meeting. She has 4 questions. Normally, those questions would take teams, tickets, and days. Today, she asks Cayra. She starts where every executive starts, with the big picture. What are the most important changes in our banking performance over the last 30 days? And what should leadership act on first? This is not a KPI dashboard question. Maya is not asking for one metric, one chart, or one department view. She is asking Cayra to read the entire bank, identify what changed, assess what matters, and recommend where leadership should focus first. Watch what happens. Cayra is not guessing, and it is not relying on a pre-built dashboard. It is reading the bank's SQL Server data mart across fraud alerts, mobile money transactions, agent operations, digital loans, KYC records, and customer profitability. Then it connects those signals into one executive brief. What changed, why it matters, how material it is, who owns it, and how quickly leadership should act. The answer arrives in seconds. 7 leadership priorities. Some are immediate risks, some are growth signals. All are ranked by urgency, owner, timeline, and estimated exposure based on affected balances, transaction velocity, and historical loss patterns. Immediate risk, SIM swap fraud, with an estimated exposure of 865 million shillings and a 24-hour action window. Agent float depletion, which needs action before close of business. Credit and compliance digital loan stress, the largest estimated exposure at 1.12 billion shillings, with a 5 business day response window, and KYC exposure requiring risk-tiered remediation, growth and profitability, mobile money volume, fee revenue growth, and branch traffic decline, all in one leadership brief. Maya asks the natural next question, the one any board member would ask. For the top priority, show the estimated exposure, affected counties, business owner, and action timeline. This is where follow-up context matters. Maya does not need to restate the previous answer, choose filters, or rebuild the analysis. Cayra already knows the top priority and continues the investigation from there. Cayra keeps full context, no repetition, no re-explaining. The answer narrows the executive brief into a specific risk case. The top priority is SIM swap followed by high-value cash out. Severity, 94 out of 100. Estimated exposure, 865 million shillings, 2,400 affected customers, concentrated in Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu, owned by fraud operations and digital banking. Action window, 24 hours. The leading indicator is specific. Confirmed SIM swaps followed by untrusted device registration, followed by high-value mobile money cash out, including M-Pesa activity visible through the bank's connected wallet data, all within 12 hours. Cayra recommends enhanced verification and fraud operations review for that exact pattern. 1 targeted control, a faster path to risk reduction. This is what separates intelligence from information. Maya didn't just get a number, she got a decision-ready view, with the precision to act on it today. Now Maya shifts from defense to strategy. Are the same counties driving digital growth also showing early fraud, service, or agent liquidity risk? This is the question that usually takes a cross-functional war room to answer. It requires combining digital analytics, fraud operations, transaction infrastructure, and agent network data across every county simultaneously. Cayra brings those signals together in one answer. It does not treat growth and risk as separate reports. It shows leadership where momentum is strongest and where controls need to scale before the pressure becomes visible in the monthly review. That turns a complex operational pattern into a clear strategic decision: where to accelerate, where to monitor, and where to intervene. The answer is clear and strategically uncomfortable. Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu are the 3 fastest-growing digital counties. They are also the 3 highest risk. Fraud losses are already above 2 million shillings in each of the 3 fastest-growing counties. Nairobi shows 2.08 million in fraud losses over the last 30 days. Mombasa shows 2.44 million, and Kisumu is approaching 2.8 million, the highest of the 3. That is not a full crisis, but it is a clear early warning. The growth is real, the risk is real, and the leadership decision is not to slow down digital banking. It is to scale controls at the same speed as growth. Maya's final question moves from risk to value. Which profitable customer portfolios are at risk, and what intervention would protect the most value? Please summarize at portfolio and segment level first. Use trailing 12-month net profit, expected protected value, and relationship portfolio. Do not show customer names unless I ask for an action list. This is where Cayra moves beyond risk detection. It connects churn signals, profitability, customer segment, relationship history, and likely intervention impact, so leadership can prioritize value protection, not just customer lists. The question is no longer who might leave, but which relationships are worth protecting first. Cayra responds at the portfolio level, not with a customer list, but with a strategic retention framework. 500 high-value customers across 3 segments, 54.5 million shillings in value at risk, 33.2 million recoverable through targeted intervention. The highest leverage action, relationship manager outreach plus a money market or short-term investment product offer for 210 affluent and high net worth customers. Expected protected value, 18.4 million. Save probability, 64%, based on prior retention outcomes for similar customers. Second, working capital review for 180 SME customers. Third, settlement fee relief for 110 merchants. Each intervention is matched to the churn signal driving the risk. No customer names in the executive summary. No operational noise, just portfolio, segment, intervention, probability, and value. If Maya wants the action list for relationship managers, Cayra can produce it in the next question. But at this level, leadership needs the strategy first, and the details on demand. In about 7 minutes, Maya moved from performance change to fraud exposure to growth risk overlap to customer value protection. 4 questions, 4 decision-ready answers. No waiting on the reporting queue. This is what happens when AI doesn't just answer questions. It connects signals across the bank. It shows what's growing, what's breaking, what's profitable, and what's at risk. And it gives leadership the one thing dashboards rarely provide: the confidence to act with context. Cayra, your bank already has the answers. Now leadership has a way to ask.